Hi everyone, this is Professor Benjamin, and it is Monday, July 5th, and I am really excited for you to go onto LaSalle's campus tomorrow for your first day of camp. You're going to do great, so just relax. I just made a couple little, a PowerPoint with a couple little points on it, and I want to walk you through it just so that you're ready to go for tomorrow. Professor Green, of course, will be at LaSalle's campus to help you with anything you need, especially in terms of teaching, etc. So please don't stress out too much about that, okay? So here we go. Let me walk you through some of the stuff, if I can figure out what I'm doing here. Oops, I don't want the laser pointer. Okay. Number one rule, you need to make sure tomorrow you are on time. That means you need to make sure you leave your house extra early. Since many of you may have never been to LaSalle's campus before, you want to give yourself extra time. The first time you go to any new place, you leave super early. Maybe that means you get there at 10:30. Not a big deal, okay? So you just hang around and wait until 11 o'clock or close to 11 o'clock. But make sure that you are on time. Give yourself plenty of time to get there because you want to use the 11 to 1. You got to get the lay of the land at LaSalle's campus the first day, so it's really important that you're there on time. Use the map in Canvas to get to the location. So remember, in Canvas I have under the course materials module, you'll see the textbooks that are required, and the last item under there is a map of LaSalle's campus. You want Heyman Hall is where we're going to be located. It's near building number 45. It's a round building, so if you look at the map you'll see that. I think it was on the corner. Remember, we said it was near Ogons and Broad, maybe. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it's in that upper right hand quadrant of the map. So make sure you take a look at that map and know exactly where you're headed tomorrow. Be on time. Be on time. You have to be on time this entire part of the course because the camp is depending upon you to entertain the kids for an hour and a half. So please be on time. Be organized. Check your bag and check it twice to be sure you have everything you need for Tuesday. So I would tonight lay out everything, make sure you have everything you need. If you said you're giving out stickers, make sure you have those. Make sure you have your additional paper cut out, your icebreaker, if somebody, I remember Fatima had a great thing where she was going to have little things out and she was going to have people write numbers on them, have all of those little things cut out, ready to go. I would be super organized. I know you're given 2 hours tomorrow, but I would have everything done the night before because except for the straws, I would have everything done the night before just because it's the first day. You're getting the lay of the land the first day, and you don't want to feel panic stricken the first day. You want to make sure you go in there with plenty of time. You want to go in there calm and cool and ready to go. If you're flustered before you even walk in the classroom, sometimes that makes a mark on your first day. So make sure you're planned ahead the first day. The night before all of my lessons, I have everything laid out. Really try and be organized, be ready to go. Make extra supply packs. So when you get to LaSalle's campus and you're making the straws, always make an extra supply pack or two just in case. So make sure that if you're putting people into groups of 2 and you need 5 supply packs, I would make 7 just in case, because it's always good to have an extra supply pack or 2 ready to go in case, I don't know, maybe an extra student's added to your class, or maybe at the end of the class period, if you use an imagination card, you have that available for you. Make the models today. Make sure that you have made the cube and the pyramid before you go in. I don't mean on LaSalle's campus you decide to make the pyramid and the cube. I mean today you make the pyramid and cube to figure out, first of all, how long it takes you to make the pyramid and the cube using the directions. Second of all, it's also always good for you to have that model available and ready to go. So if a student has trouble, you know what trouble you went through putting it together and you can give advice to those students. The truss bridge is a bigger issue. It takes way longer to put together. You need to have straws cut to a certain millimeter length. Some straws cut to 80 millimeters, and you have to have the other larger straws. You have to do that before you get to campus. So if you want to wait till tomorrow, that's fine, and do it tomorrow night, but you might be tired from teaching on Tuesday. It may be best for you to put together the truss bridge and time yourself how long it takes to put together, as well as the cube and the pyramid, so that you have a roundabout time it took for you to do that with the supplies given to you. Okay, practice. Run through Tuesday and Wednesday's lesson plan, either today or tomorrow morning before you leave for LaSalle's campus. I highly recommend this. I do this all the time. I pretend I'm going through the lesson plan. Okay. And I talk out loud to myself. I go into an empty room. It's okay to do. And I say, okay, here's my lesson plan. Here's my icebreaker. Here's what I'm going to do. I run through the whole lesson plan. Maybe we don't put together the pyramid and the cube in my fake lesson plan, but I do go through the whole lesson plan and mimic it. You practice. It's like if you were going to do a speech, you would practice the speech. You should practice your lesson plans before you actually get to campus. Make sure you do that. Even if you ask a family member, just sit here and help me. Make sure that you're listening to me and tell me if maybe that didn't sound right, or I should do this or that, okay? You should run through, because sometimes the ideas in our head don't come out the way that we really want them to in real life. So make sure you do that. Stay on plan. Make sure you stay on your plan. You wrote a lesson plan. You gave specific amounts of time that you wanted to cover specific things. Stay on the lesson plan. If you say 15 minutes, try and stay with really close to that 15 minutes. If you end a minute or two early, that's fine. But if you don't, then you're going to throw off the rest of your lesson plan. So make sure you stay on time with your lesson plan as best as you can. You don't want to get to the point where you're 5 minutes out and you haven't even built the pyramid and cube. You need to make sure that you stay on plan with your lesson plan. You are the expert. Remember, you're the expert. You're the one who practiced already. You're the one who had the straws. You're the one who's built the pyramid. You're the one who knows the lesson before the students know the lesson. So you have to make sure that you plan ahead, that you're the expert. You need to know that and believe that. So when a student asks a question, you are able to answer them. So you need to make sure you are well versed on what a cube and a pyramid and a truss bridge and an engineer and all of those terms are. You need to make sure that you are the expert on those terms. So today, spend some time really brushing up on what a cube is, what a pyramid is. Look at other lesson plans online. Teaching about the cube, you could go on Google. Teaching about the cube, check out a YouTube video. There are tons of teachers out there who teach things online. I use them all the time because sometimes a teacher has a better way to teach a subject matter than I can. So I look online and I find teachers teaching about specific things, and then I take ideas from them. I take notes. I write down, how did they tell what a cube is? How did they tell what a pyramid is? How did they explain what a truss bridge is? How did they explain what an engineer is? I take notes and then I reiterate that. I make it in my own personality, but I use their help to guide me. So you need to do that today. You need to make sure you're the expert on a cube, a pyramid, using straw bees, what a truss bridge is, what an engineer is. Okay? Think ahead. Grab a few of those imagination cards from Professor Green tomorrow when you get to LaSalle's campus, just to have in case maybe you run out of time or something goes south. You can always pull out one of those cards and say, hey, okay, let's do this. Now, you have to remember, though, you don't have tons of supplies. You only have the supplies that built the cube and the pyramid, so you can have them take apart the cube and the pyramid, which will take a couple minutes. Hey, okay, everyone, we're going to do something else. Take apart your cube and your pyramid, and you also, don't forget, they only have limited amounts of those connector pieces. But if you bring those extra packs, you have additional materials that you could use, okay? So you want to make sure that you think ahead in case something goes south. I always have a plan B in my head in case something goes awry. Be ready to do that, okay? Most of all, please remember that you are a great teacher. We have watched you over the past week, right? I know we don't know each other very well, but I've watched you develop these lesson plans, and you've done a great job at these. For really not having experience with some of them, you guys did a great job. So remember, you have it in you to be a great teacher. You just have to believe in yourself. You can do it. The other thing is if you make a mistake, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. Do not stress out about the mistakes. Move on. Don't fret over it. Don't pine over the mistake. Make the mistake and then say, oh, I'm so sorry, that was a mistake. Let's go back and do this. Or, oh my goodness, I forgot this. Oh my goodness, where is my head? I forgot this entire section. Let's go back and do that section. It's okay. Remember, students don't want to see someone up there that thinks they know everything or doesn't make mistakes. It's good to show students that you make mistakes. Remember, Professor Green shared that wonderful experience she had where she sat in a classroom and a student asked and didn't know what a word meant, and the teacher said, I don't know what that means, and then went on Google and looked it up. You remember, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to say you don't know everything. It builds a respectful environment when that happens, okay? The other thing is breathe. Make sure you breathe. Take a couple deep breaths before you start your lesson, okay? If something's going awry, take a deep breath. It will be okay. There are no emergencies in education. Make sure you believe that, okay? You have to just breathe. You're going to do fantastic tomorrow. I am so excited to hear about tomorrow on Thursday. I will check in again on tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So I will check in again on Wednesday. Well, tomorrow night I'll send out another little video message, and I will check in again to make sure everything went well. I also need your revisions. So I need your revisions to your document. I need your revision lesson plans due by Monday, July 5th. Now, your trust ones were a little less organized than your pyramid and cube, and that's because we worked on those in class. So sometimes I have a little bit more comments for you on the Trust Bridge ones. So please make sure you look at those and make those revisions on your documents. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am available, okay? You are going to do great. If an emergency comes up tomorrow, you have Professor Green and you have my cell phone number. You need to make sure you let us know before the emergency happens. I know no emergency can happen the first day, so make sure you're on time. Plan ahead. Figure out a way that you can leave extra early tomorrow and Wednesday to get into a rhythm and know how long it takes for you to get to campus. If you're finding a parking, if you're using public transportation, you need to make sure you plan ahead, okay? All right, everyone. Good luck tomorrow. You have it.